From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Well, unlike Adam, I am a child of the 80s. And I got my parents' hand-me-down TV that had the dial that you turned that was black and white, and I thought that was pretty cool. So the next piece on the program is an arrangement of the hymn, Eternal Father, Strong to Save. And the use of this for the armed services was first recorded in 1879. In that year, Lieutenant Commander Charles Jackson Train was a navigation instructor at the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis and the master of the Midshipman Choir. Train began this practice of concluding services with an 1861 version of the hymn every Sunday. It became a service-wide tradition and eventually became known as the Navy Hymn. We hear a wonderful arrangement by organist Carolyn Hamlin. Nothing is more American than apple pie and baseball. And nothing is more popular for kids than to go to summer camp. Kumbaya has become a beloved campfire song for scouting and for summer camp. In addition, it became associated with the civil rights movement of the 60s, and there's even a recording of marchers singing the song during the Selma to Montgomery March for voting rights. Today we hear 6 variations by Joel Rainey. And then after that we move to Simple Gifts, written in 1848 in the Shaker community of Massachusetts. It became widely known when Aaron Copland used its melody for the score of Martha Graham's ballet, Appalachian Spring, premiering in 1944. Here are the words. "'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning, we come round right." The arrangement we hear today was written by organist Virgil Fox for the 80th birthday of Copland. The next piece on the program, God of Our Fathers, is a 19th century hymn that was written in 1876 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Today it is known as the national hymn. Then we move to ragtime. Ragtime music is a distinctly American form of music. It became popular at the turn of the 20th century and has its origins in the African American community. The new rhythms of ragtime changed the world of music, and today we hear the 12th Street Rag. And then after that, we hear With God on Our Side by Bob Dylan. It was released in 1964 on his album, The Times They Are A-Changin'. The lyrics address the tendency of Americans to believe that God will invariably side with them and oppose those with whom they disagree. Dylan mentions several U.S. historical events, including the slaughter of Native Americans in the 19th century, the Spanish-American War, the American Civil War, World Wars I and II, the Holocaust, the Cold War, and the betrayal of Jesus by Judas.
Oh, my name, it ain't nothing. My age, it means less. The country I come from is called the Midwest. It's taught and I brought up their laws to abide, and that the land that I live in has God on its side. Oh, the history books tell it, they tell it so well. cavalry's charged and the Indians fell. The cavalry's charged and the Indians died. Oh, the country was young with God on its side. The Spanish-American War had its day, and the Civil War too was soon laid away. And the names of the heroes I was made to memorize, with guns in their hands and God on their side. Oh, the First World War, boys, it came and it went. Oh, the reason for fighting I never did get. But I learned to accept it with pride. For you don't count the dead with God on your side. The Second World War, it came to an end. We forgave the Germans and they were our friends. Though they murdered 6 million in the ovens they fried. The Germans now too have God on their side. Oh, I've learned to hate Russians all through my life. If another war comes, it's them we must fight. To hate them and fear them, to run and to hide. And accept it all bravely with God on our side. Oh, but now we got weapons of chemical dust. If fire them we're forced to, then fire them we must. Oh, one push of the button and a shot the world wide. And you never ask questions with God on your side. Through many dark hours I've been thinking about this. Oh, that Jesus Christ was betrayed by a kiss. But I can't think for you, you'll have to decide. Oh, where Judas Iscariot has God on his side. Well, so now as I'm leaving, I'm weary as hell. The confusion I'm feeling and no tongue can tell. The words fill my head and they fall to the floor. That if God's on our side, He will stop the next war.
Well, I don't know what I did with my notes. There they are. Mine Eyes Have Seen the Glory is an American patriotic song that was written by abolitionist writer Julia Ward Howe during the American Civil War. Howe's lyrics link the Union cause with God's vengeance at the day of judgment. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Next, we have Finlandia, that was written by a Finnish composer, John Sibelius. Its tune has become popular as a Christian hymn with a focus on international peace. And the words to that hymn can be found on page 340 of our hymnal if you'd like to read along. The Stars and Stripes Forever is a march written and composed by John Philip Sousa in 1896. And by an act of Congress in 1987, it officially became the National March of the United States of America. And then finally, we end with an excerpt from the New Colossus. It's a sonnet by American poet Emma Lazarus. And she wrote the poem in 1883 to raise money for the construction of a pedestal for the Statue of Liberty. In 1903, the poem was cast onto a bronze plaque and mounted inside the pedestal's lower level. Parts of the sonnet appear in popular culture. The Broadway musical Miss Liberty, with music and lyrics by Irving Berlin, an immigrant himself, used the final stanza beginning, "Give me your tired, your poor," as the basis for the song that we close with. I just want to remind you, as you leave, there is a box in the back if you can graciously think about donating a couple dollars to help sustain the ministry and the concert series at First Press. And then I invite you, as you turn left, leaving the sanctuary, to the parlor for some Presbyterian punch and cookies and fellowship.
wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Thank you all for coming. There are 2 more recitals, as Adam said. Wonderful pianist from Peabody Conservatory in 2 weeks, and then the bassoon camp. I wonder what that sounds like all together. You won't want to miss that. And then we do, for those who are visiting with us, we do have a concert series that runs through the program year, which will be starting up in October. On October 13th, we're going to be doing the Saint-Saëns Organ Concerto with full orchestra. So we'll want to be a program that you won't want to miss. But thank you for coming, and have some punch and fellowship. And happy 4th of July.